it's kind of weird to me that Black Americans want to go back to their days of slavery to claim that they're foundational, because I think that I'm foundational to America today, just simply because of how much I pay in taxes. I believe that I pay more in taxes than Pan Mulatto or more than Derek. I think I pay more in taxes than I would say 75% of people that consider themselves FBA. And so I think, so that's why they can't say nothing to me about I'm not foundational. I'm paying more in taxes to you to run this country today than you have ever considered paying. Like, if anything, I feel like I'm contributing to Black Americans' welfare checks. And so I'm more foundational to them than they are to me. Because again, and I don't want to be derogatory.
Yeah, that was very derogatory, brother, because you just corrected me before. That was extremely derogatory.
It can be. It can be. But let me just finish the statement. I think given what I pay in taxes, can nobody tell me I'm not foundational to this country. This government takes way too much out of my paycheck for anybody to tell me I'm not foundational and that I'm not building this country as we go. America isn't done building. We're building America every day, and America is always. What do you mean? Then what am I paying taxes for?
Respectfully, I disagree with everything you just said.
Hold on, respectfully. Come on now. What are you paying taxes for? Is this your home? Or did you come here?
Of course it is. I'm paying property taxes. What do you mean is this my home?
But
we're making an ethnic distinction, though. We're making an ethnic distinction.
When did you come to the United States from Jamaica?
I came here in 85.
Okay, in 85. When were you born?
Right. I am in my mid-50s right now.
Okay, you're the same age as me, so you were born in the 70s.
Are you still now, Jamaican or American?
That means you were at least 15, 14, 13 years old. So now, you as a
Which
child,
means I've been here for 40 years.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish, sir. Let me finish. You did not have a choice to come here. You came here as a child. So your parents had a choice to come here. So they chose a better life than where they were. Right?
Okay.
They came here for economic betterment, right?
Yes.
For them and their family, which is you.
Yes.
So now, all right, respectfully, what do you think the people that have been here, right? Let's say since 1865 or before, do you think that they weren't here to better their families? And then,
yes, they were.
Okay, so now, did they have a choice of anybody else at the time coming to this land? Or did somebody else create that door opening for any other color to come to this land? Did the people that were here, that they're calling themselves now foundational Black Americans, did they have anything to do with any other race coming here? Did they say yes to anybody as a people in writing, anywhere in Congress, anywhere in the Declaration, anywhere?
Yes,
because
Black Americans.
Think about this.
Yes, they did. So did white Americans did as well.
Sir, stop.
Derek, no, you stop. Derek, hold on, Derek, you take way too long to get to a point, bro. Because I don't even know the point you're making.
Think about this. Everybody who came here since 1865 has come here for the same reasons your parents had.
And okay, so how does that counter what I said, though? All I said was, listen, Derek, let me just repeat what I said. Derek, let me repeat what I said so you can respond to what I said, because I don't know how you're responding to what I said. What I said was the fact that I pay as much taxes as I do for as long as I've been paying taxes here makes me foundational and means I am helping to build America. Just simply because I'm paying so much in taxes, and those tax money to to America than anything that these people are talking about. The only reason they're bringing up slavery is probably because they don't pay the taxes I pay, and they're not putting in today what I'm putting in today. So they have to reach out to their ancestors and talk about, well, look what my ancestors did. I don't care what your ancestors did. This is between me and you. And between me and you, I find myself doing more than you. And so I find myself more foundational than you. And you, if you have to bring up your ancestors as a slave to make you foundational, we're going to have a problem. That's a weak argument to me.
Wait. I don't understand.
Hold on. No. Let me answer, please.
The premise of my argument is that I am foundational to America because I pay taxes here. I'm answering Black American.
Okay. I heard exactly what you said. Now, I have one question. Right? Now, are we supposed to forget about what our ancestors did? Because now there is an inheritance that we are supposed to have that someone's holding from us, from our ancestors. See, because the same birthright citizenship you have, we have a birthright. That's why your mom and dad get to pass down whatever efforts they had here, made here, to you. See, we have the same thing. Somebody's holding from us. But ours.
My mom and dad didn't pass anything down to me here in America. Everything I have here in America is what I worked for. Just from me going to college. They weren't. I didn't. So me as someone who came here when I was 15 and went to school and got a degree and got a job and bought a home. Like, I did that all on my own. I didn't have to depend on my parents for any of that. And most immigrants do that. Most immigrants, let me finish. Let me finish. Hello, let me finish.
Are your still alive?
I said, let me finish, Derek.
Yeah,
most immigrants that come here with nothing. And they start from scratch. And in one generation, they're doing fine. And so that's why we have this issue with y'all talking about, because your ancestors were slaves, you couldn't own a home. Like, we just can't relate to that. I can't relate to that. I don't know how you, Derek, can't own a home because your ancestors were slaves. Like, I can't relate to that. Why? Because I had ancestors that were slaves, and I'm able to own a home.
That's not why Black Americans don't have anything. That's not why.
We have property though, brother. And then if you said your ancestors weren't slaves, why don't you own a home in your own country? This is my thing.
I do own a home in my own country. I do own a home in my own country.
But you could have stayed in your home country and owned home.
Why did you have to come here?
And then we
for the same exact reason, Black American. Do you have heritage in the South? Do you have ancestors in the South?
Heritage. Yes.
Do you have ancestors that came from the South?
Yes, but
do you still live in the South? I'm speaking to Black America. Do you still live in the South?
I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Hold on, brother.
Y'all can't speak at the same time. I'm speaking to Black American.
I have 2 homes in the South. I have one here. I have 2 in the South. One in Memphis and one in Texas.
One in where?
One in Memphis and one in Austin, Texas.
And where do you live? Which one do you live in? Where do you stay?
I live in the one in Los Angeles. I'm in Los Angeles.
In LA?
Yes.
All right. So why did you move from the South to LA?
I didn't move there. I was born out here. I just chose to go back there. And
why did your parents move there? Why did your mom or your dad move from down south into LA?
Let's just assume there was better opportunities.
Because of the trend.
Okay, exactly. Right? For the same reason. So to answer your question, the answer to your question is, I moved from Jamaica for the same reason your folks moved from the South.
But you said,
but
your thing was that you were foundational because
I said I'm foundational because I'm paying taxes today.
But foundational, the way they describe it, is designated for ethnicity. We're not saying you can just call yourself a word foundational. It's a designation for ethnicity. All we're saying is that we're different.
But I thought you had a problem with this ethnicity thing. I thought you had a whole problem with this ethnicity thing.
I said I'm proud.
Now you're defending
Black
it?
American. No, I'm proud about my ethnicity, brother. I never said. I said I won't call myself FBA because of the rhetoric attached. But I am ethnically Black American. that
Why
is
do we leave
different
the South?
than
Nigga, because of the
Jamaican.
claim.
And you think that makes you foundational
I didn't
because
say
you're
better.
ethnically. I
There's a
said
distinction.
foundational. Do you think
I
that
just
makes
said,
you foundational?
yeah, we are foundational, of course.
All
Black
right. So you
Americans
don't
are
think it's disrespectful?
foundation.
First you
I
said
said the
saying you're
FBA
foundational is
rhetoric.
disrespectful.
No,
First
no,
you
brother, you're
said
not
calling
listening. I said
yourself
the FBA
foundational.
movement. I said the FBA movement is, but I'm
Man.
proudly Black American, brother. I just said that makes us that our own ethnicity. We have our own distinction. You're Jamaican. You're
So what?
immigrant. That's fine.
Jamaicans are their
I
own
don't have anything with the
ethnicity.
problem.
Jamaicans in America are their own ethnicity.
Okay, that's
Chinese
good.
in
That's
America
great.
are
I
their
agree.
own ethnicity.
Exactly. But you're
Japanese.
saying,
Let me say. Let me
you're saying
speak.
now that you're
Let me speak.
foundational, though,
Let
bro.
me
That's the
speak.
difference.
Chinese in America are their own
Exactly.
ethnicity.
Exactly.
Italians
That
in
don't make
America,
them
their own
American.
enough.
But
That
you're
doesn't.
right.
Now,
I'm not saying
how
it's
does
better.
so how does being your
But you're
own
not
ethnicity
foundational,
make you foundational?
bro. What
Okay,
I'm saying,
How
can
does being
I
your
answer
own?
that? I
Everybody
can
is
tell
their
you
own
why.
ethnicity.
I can tell
okay,
you
so
why.
I'm just telling
I
you,
can
bro.
tell you why. Using
What,
you as an example.
we're just saying that we're not immigrants to
Your
this
mother and
country,
father
bro.
came here from Jamaica and became United States citizens, correct?
Yes.
If I go to Jamaica, I'm not going to
Legally.
be the same
Now,
as
you are a
ethnically born
United States
Jamaican, bro.
citizen,
Let him
correct?
finish, Black American. Let him finish.
All
Repeat
right.
your question, Derek.
You are a United States citizen, correct? You said you pay
Yes.
taxes. Now, if you
Yes.
have a son, is he Jamaican American?
He's going to be he's an American with Jamaican heritage.
He's a United States citizen who was
Yes.
born in America, right?
Yes. Yes.
That makes him a Jamaican American.
No, he's an American with Jamaican heritage. That makes him
Okay,
an American.
he's an American with Jamaican heritage. Now,
Like I consider
think about
myself
this.
a Jamaican. I consider myself a Jamaican
Oh,
American because I moved
okay,
here
that's
from
fine.
Jamaica. I actually lived in
That's fine.
Jamaica. My
Now,
son never
I
lived
have
in
a question.
Jamaica, so he's not a Jamaican. He's an
Okay, now
American
I have a
that
question.
happens to have Jamaican heritage.
Okay, that's fine. So
Okay.
now, let's put all of this in a home, right? Now, you
Derek,
came
you got
to
to
a
make
new
your
home.
points quicker, though, Derek. Derek, you
I
got to
am.
figure out how to
It's
get to
going
your
to be
point a
real
lot
quick.
quicker.
You came to a home, right? A brand new home, and now you live here. So now, the people who've always been in this home, do they have more seniority than you?
No,
Or are
this
you
isn't a
equal?
job site. No, no. As long as I'm paying my taxes, like I said, y'all don't pay more taxes than me.
That
So
doesn't
so
define. That
so
doesn't
if
define.
anyone
That's
is
not.
so
That
so if
doesn't
there
mean
isn't,
anything,
listen
brother.
to me. If there's gonna be if anything is gonna be equal or unequal or who's more American, it's gonna be based on who's paying more taxes.
No, it's not.
You
Bro.
No,
It's
it's
will
not.
not
not.
be.
Can I
Listen to me.
jump
I
in,
don't
y'all?
give a.
You get.
I
I
don't
just
care
You
joined
how
get
as
to
a
make
long.
that
truth teller.
I
definition.
don't
Can I
You
care
just
jump
how
got
in?
in the
many
house.
relatives you have here.
You
If
just
I'm
got in
paying
the
more in
house,
taxes
brother.
than you, you're not
Can
more
How can
anything
a
than me.
can
newcomer?
I
How can a
can I jump
newcomer
in,
come
y'all?
into
So
somebody else's house and tell
basically,
them how the
he's
rules are going to
a
be defined, brother?
Jamaican
You're
who's
a
come to get
newcomer,
in
brother.
your
Because
way
y'all have this
as
newcomer
a
paying more
United States.
taxes than
It
you.
doesn't matter. It doesn't
What you
matter.
mean? It matters to
Can
me.
I jump
If
in,
I
y'all?
own
I
a
can kill
Matters
the
home,
to
tax.
me.
I
but
can
you're a
kill the whole
newcomer,
tax
brother.
argument. I can kill
Can
the
I
whole
say that?
tax argument.
Who is it? No, you
Man,
hold on,
you
True.
supposed
Hold
to pay
on,
more taxes.
True.
All right,
You ain't
Hold
at
cool,
on,
home.
cool.
hold on. I put you
You
in. I
supposed
put
to
you on the
pay
stage.
more.
I'm
You
gonna
ain't
get
at
to you.
home.
Hold on.
You
Who is that
renting a
yelling?
room somewhere else.
Who is that yelling? Is that Derek? Derek, calm down. Um, Truth teller.
Yes,
You
sir.
said you wanted to say something.
Yeah, that whole tax argument, that's fallacious, right?
Right.
You only pay in
Truth
taxes
teller, I
based
can't
on
hear you.
you only pay in taxes based on income you're earning.
Can y'all
here.
hear him? Is he saying something?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
I
You can only
didn't hear a word he
You can
said.
only pay taxes based on income you earn here. Question: who built the system that you're earning income in? It wasn't you, because you're from Jamaica.
It wasn't you
So
either.
if you're using
It wasn't
It
you.
was.
using a system that was
No,
already
slaves
established
didn't build this
by
system.
hold on, I'm
Slaves
still
didn't
speaking.
build this
We're
system.
not
I'm still
slaves.
speaking. I'm still speaking. If you're using a system built by other people to benefit yourself, and the cost of using that system is paying taxes, you can't now say the fact that you're paying taxes means you have the same validity as the people that built the system. You're just a user.
And why does the American government agree with me?
They don't.
and not with
Because
you.
the American
Yes, they
government
do.
is using the
Yes, they
Americans.
do.
They don't.
Truff,
So hold on.
Truff,
Let me
hold
give you
on,
some of
Truff.
my.
Hold,
Let
no,
me
no,
give
no,
you
no, no,
my
hold on. You
background.
hold on. Truff,
Wait,
hold
I just
on.
want to give you
You
my
hold
background
on.
so you can
No, I
understand
don't want to hear
why.
your background. I don't want to hear your background. I want to say
Okay, I
something
mean,
to you.
I know
According
Jamaicans
to the
very
U.S.
well.
government, according to the U.S. government, the only thing that matters the only thing that matters is the fact that I'm paying taxes. And according to the U.S. government, you're no more American than me. Matter of
That's why
fact,
they say the 14th Amendment.
the American government, if it was up to the American government, they would keep the people that pay more taxes than the people that pay
Well, hold
probably
on.
none,
What are you basing
next
that
to
measurement
none.
on? What are you basing that on?
Because
But
there
that's why
is
they
no
made the
law,
14th
there
Amendment,
is
so
no,
everybody
because
can
there,
pay taxes.
you show me in the Constitution where it's written that people that have ethnic citizenship are more American than anyone else. You can't show it to me. So this is something y'all are making up. This is
Well, hold on,
something
hold on.
No.
that
Nobody
is
said
what
that
y'all are
except you.
saying.
We're not
Yes, you
saying
are
that.
saying
We're not
it.
Nobody
saying that
said that
makes
except
you
you. But
Yes,
hold
you
on.
are
I can
saying
give you
that.
proof. I can give you
Go
proof
ahead.
that it does exist. It's not written in law, but it's written in the enforcement of the law. So do you want that proof? Or
I'm sorry, I
hearing
got
cricket.
distracted
So
by
you
my
want
son a
that
little
proof
bit.
or you do want that?
No, I got distracted.
Oh,
What's
okay.
your question? Proof of what again?
I said, do you want the proof that it's not written in the law, but it is enforced in the law? Do you want that proof?
Something that's not written is enforced. Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Show me that proof.
Awesome.
And hold on. And what exactly you're showing me proof of? That ethnic citizens have more rights than non-ethnic citizens?
That's not my
No.
argument. So,
You
okay.
said that
Then
the
what
law.
are you proving?
You
Then what
said
are you
that the
showing?
law weights
It doesn't matter what I said.
citizenship
What are you going to
based
prove?
on
What are you going to
ethnicity,
prove?
is what you said.
What are you going to
said the
prove?
law. You said the law doesn't do that. If you stop talking, I'll tell you. You said the law doesn't.
Listen, you can't tell the
wait.
host to stop talking. The host can
I'm
make you
trying
stop
to answer your
talking.
question. How you going to interrupt me?
Listen, be smart. The host
Do you
can
want me
make
to
you
tell
stop
you or
talking.
not? I'll tell you.
No, I want you to listen to what I'm. No, I want you to stop
can't
telling me to
listen
stop
you. I'm
talking.
answering your question. How
I
am I going to listen to you?
All right. Black American. Was there anything you wanted to say?
No, I was just okay, so maybe you and I are just having two different. I'm not saying that being ethnically Black American gives me more any rights or privileges. That's why I think that's the point where we depart at. I agree with you that being in America, the way the system is designed, we have equal rights. Even immigrants and American citizens have equal rights. I was just making a point of distinction that we are not necessarily ethnically the same. I'm not saying that
So
it's a bad
what?
or a good thing.
So what?
Okay, well, I'm just like.
And no. I want you to answer that question. We're not
the question?
ethnically the same. We're not ethnically the same. So what?
So what?
Yes.
I
So
don't understand.
like my heritage.
No
Okay,
argument against
my
that.
parents came here in the 1970s. Right, we came here in the 1980s. You have ancestors that have been here since slavery days.
Right.
And what? So what does that mean in terms of me being an American and you being an American? What does that mean to you?
You made this a point of a contention. I get
Nothing.
It,
We're all
I love Black
Amendment
people from everywhere. I don't care if you're from Jamaica, Haiti, Barbados.
Okay, so your answer is
the
answer to the so what is so nothing. It means absolutely nothing.
There is nothing. I don't know where the point of contention came from. I just said that we have our own ethnicity. You have your own ethnicity. They're both to be celebrated. I just said that we're not. When you said that we're a foundation, like we're the same, I was just saying that ethnically we are different, but we coexist. We have our own differences. We can unite around our similarities, great. But when you said you're foundational, I think that was the only thing that I disagreed with. By like foundational.
No, what I'm saying is, okay, so let me try to be a little more clear for you then, Black American, and maybe hopefully you'll accept what I'm saying a little bit more. I hope. Okay. Any American today, any American that's paying taxes today is foundational to America. Because America, if you're paying taxes, you're helping to build America. America isn't finished built. America today looks nothing like America looked 10 years ago. Looks nothing like America looked 50, 100 years ago. America is not finished being built. America continues to be built every single day. And any American that is here paying taxes is foundational to America because you're helping to build America. Is that something you can accept?
I disagree only
No,
because foundation means
because this
the
is the
beginning.
United States. This ain't America.
It means the origin. A foundation means the building blocks of. It doesn't mean something that's continuously in motion. I understand what you're trying to say, but that is the word foundation means the origin. It's specifically about building blocks, and this is not the
You
building
see if I
blocks now.
replace, you
Everything has
see if I
already been
replace,
built. Everything
you
has
see
been
if I
built already.
replace, I have a house. You see if I replace a few of the beams in my house, if I take out the old ones and replace them with some new ones, like those new ones are now foundational to that house because they're keeping the house up. The fact that they haven't been there since the house was built doesn't mean, oh, they can't be foundational.
You
The
have to
fact that
tear
they're
down
there
your
right
whole
now,
house to build
let
to
me
replace
finish.
those
The
beams.
fact that they are there right now holding up the structure means they are foundational, whether they've been there forever or not. It's what are you doing right now? That's what to me makes you foundational. And I'll repeat
That's not
myself. The fact that y'all have to go back to your slavery days to find something to be foundational about you
bullshit.
is pretty
What up?
sad. It's pretty sad that you have to go
That's
back
not
to
what
slavery
what this is
to
about.
find
That's not what
something
it's about.
foundational about yourself. Hang on a
If we have to
second.
tear down,
Hang on a second, please. Hang on. Let me let truth back in.
Yeah.
Let me let truth
Y'all
back
go
in.
back to the line.
I'm curious,
Truth.
what beams have been rebuilt?
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, hang on.
Immigrants.
Since you want to ask that question,
Yeah.
Derek, I'm sorry, Black American or Derek, was there anything y'all wanted to say about what I said?
I was just trying
Yes,
to say,
I would love to
you
say
said
something, but
you
I'll
have
let
to
him go
put
first.
the beams is as if you had to tear down the house. For if we tore down America and then you came back and placed some new beams and then you started a new America, then I would maybe could see that. But these beams have already been built, and it's never been torn down. All you done was you probably did some add-ons. America, you maybe tweak the roof or tweak the kitchen or something like that. But the case is, it's never been a complete rebuild of America. It hasn't. We've only been taking.
I didn't say it was a complete rebuild of the house. I said I replaced one
Okay,
beam
but
of
you
the
said the
house. I didn't say it was a complete rebuild.
But it's like the
Derek, is there
foundation.
anything you wanted to say?
Yes. The rebuild, that's a good analogy. But I would just say that the people who replaced the beam and created the new foundation, that you call it, is white people. And everybody else that's come here after that has tethered on to what they've done. That's why you can take us back to a slave story. Because in actuality, do you understand that the 14th Amendment changed people here from state citizens to federal citizens? Your 14th Amendment citizenship, which is mine, is a federal one. So if that never happened, none of this would have ever started. And you'll find out the 14th Amendment citizenship that we're talking about started under a coup. So the people of the South weren't with being 14th Amendment citizens at all. They were killed. Those people that represented the South then was killed, and then they put in military operations people to pass that bill. Look it up. That's a part of history. From then on, federal citizens that you call after 1865 became written as African slaves. Period. But that's not actually what happened. Because after 1865 till 1933, you can see the violence of the immigrants who came here against the people of the South, who were black and was a large population. Over 6 million of these people ran out of the South between 1920 and 1970. So when you speak on the things you speak on, I understand where you're coming from because you do know how to read, and congratulations. But that's not actually what happened here. And since you're from somewhere else, I can understand where you're coming from. But see, I have been here longer than you. Like I have been in the same room with my mother, my grandmother, and my great-grandmother on this land. eating sweet potato pie. So
That
it's
is
different
funny.
for me.
Potato, bro. You funny.
And gumbo. So now, when I say what I'm saying it from a person who can understand the laws and how they change things. Because I see what happened to my people here. Because after 1865, they went through a lot of violence to get off their lands. My first question to you or anyone else is, how did slaves have citizenship, state or federal, if they were slaves? The 14th Amendment comes directly from the slaves, you so-called, but they had states' rights, which were directly to the Constitution rights. And the government from the North made these people federal citizenship, 14th Amendment citizens. And from there, they caught hell. Coincidentally, this 14th Amendment citizenship is supposed to be the government protecting these people. And from 1865 to 1930, these people were killed by the thousands and run off their land. So if they were all slaves and didn't have nothing, how are they even being ran off of land?
I think American Dream. I think the reason why I think you're answering a question that was asked by ADOS in response to a reparations claim. I think that's where I think maybe this question I think makes sense when you're trying to answer that. Then, because I never made it a point of contention, but it makes sense under the reparations umbrella why there was made a distinction between foundational Black Americans and maybe somebody who's an immigrant. See, under that context, it makes sense. You and I, under this conversation, it doesn't. There's no reason to delineate in this kind of fashion. But I'm saying, for a reparations discussion, that's why I think people were saying that, hey, foundational Black Americans, we have to define ourselves. And I agree with them for that distinction. Now, just in any other right, it's not making people better than you or saying that we're better than anyone. Of course not. We're not saying that should give us more rights, or we have more rights under this system than you do as a Jamaican or American of the Jamaican ancestry. Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
but
that
we don't get no respect because this is our home.
Yeah, hang on a second. Truth Teller, I just realized your name was Truth Teller. You must have written it in the Tut language. Is there something you wanted to say, Truth Teller?
I just wanted to ask, what are these pillars that were replaced by immigrants?
The pillars that were replaced by immigrants?
Yeah.
The 14th Amendment.
No, he made a reference saying that the immigrants that come over here, foundational to the country, and he gave the equivalent of having a house and building and, replacing some of the pillars so that you have a new foundation. I'm curious, what were the pillars replaced in our system by immigrants?
And I'm telling you right now.
For example, hang on, Derek. Let me answer. Derek, let me answer his question.
Yeah.
Me, for example, like what I pay in taxes replaces whoever was paying taxes before. I've become that pillar of paying those taxes now. So I am the pillar, me personally, because I am paying taxes, which without me, someone else would have to replace my pillar and start paying my taxes to the state I live in. So that's the pillar. I'm the pillar.
Tax payments
are the pillar that you're talking about?
Yeah, I am the pillar. Me. The fact that I pay taxes to the state I live in. If I wasn't paying those taxes to the state I live in, my state would be at a loss. I pay a lot of money in taxes. If I was to stop paying, my state would be at a loss. So I replace the pillar because some people stop paying taxes. So now,
hold on, y'all. Let him finish.
Let me say this is outside of that. Like I said, America isn't this one constant thing. America changes every day. There are new laws. There have been amendments to the Constitution. And so, all of the amendments to the Constitution that happened right? We created those amendments can be seen as new pillars that were put in or additional pillars that were put in. And nobody can tell me that Caribbean people weren't involved in the creation of amendments to the Constitution or just laws in any particular state. So we are adding pillars, we're replacing pillars, we're doing all of that. So, I don't understand why that's difficult to understand.
Well, it's difficult for me to.
How you?
Well, hold on, man. He's talking to me. He's talking.
Yeah, go ahead, Tree.
I find it difficult to understand because that's not a pillar.
Exactly.
Because if you were replacing the pillar, you would actually pay for the pillar that was paid for by people prior to you. You'd pay that cost, and then you'd put in a new cost. That's called.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So if you come in and there's already a bill paid, and you want to say, "Hey, I'm paying."
The bill is not paid. My tax bill wasn't paid.
What do you mean? You had a
What
tax
do you
system
mean?
paid?
What are you talking about?
Well,
My tax bill wasn't paid when I came here.
It was.
The minute I came here, we had to pay taxes.
Right, but you had a tax system that was already built. You think that was built for free with no money?
But that tax system depends on me. Hello. The tax system depends on me.
Right, but hold on. When your parents flew over here, that whole infrastructure that got them here, the system that they used to come into the nation. I don't know if they're citizens now, but they had to get green cards. That whole process, the fact that they got jobs, the fact that they used our roads to go to work, the fact that you went to our schools. You think that you guys paid for that?
While they were here paying their taxes, while they were here living here paying taxes, and I went to school, yeah, they were helping to put me through school by paying taxes as well.
But you realize all that stuff was built already.
They paid taxes. What do you mean? That stuff has to be maintained. Hello? A school doesn't, every year there's a new, hold on.
Good word.
Hold on.
Good word.
Every year, maintain, yeah.
Maintain. Good word.
But so what? So what? I'm
right,
still
so maintaining
the maintenance is foundation. Maintenance is foundational.
No.
Without maintenance, the whole thing falls apart. Without maintenance, the whole thing is going to fall apart.
That is true.
Without,
it's not
so I tell you what. Y'all can be the old rundown America. I'll be the maintained America. I'm the one maintaining that old rundown America that y'all had.
I want you to listen very, very carefully.
Tell the youth them to be strong. You can't tell the youth them to preach wrongs. While you trod it on these lands, just remember every man is equal. Yeah. Each one teach one, and our Father God, him are the only done. So make we reason. Smoke trees, span the ends, all the deep meds. Take a look at life, and don't close your eyes. Sometimes things happen, and it's no surprise. And I just, so it go. It's a government, no have no heart, them no care about poor people. Yeah, bigger heads no love people again. Them more than little of them. Me see friends now reason again. Vex through whistle a blame. More time it hurt me to see how the face deal with the eagle of them. Regular me see it a pain. Take a look at life and don't close your eyes. Sometimes things happen and it's no surprise. And I just, so it go. It's a government, no have no heart, them no care about poor people. Social commentary. Drop that one, your principle, you don't know. The global will come and do it. Some people life every day, it's stress. The high price from JPS, that topic is currently. Jah alone, him a go help you. We need food, and we no healthy. We are feel the pain, beg you protect we. In our life, we have no fanfare. Take a look at life, and don't close your eyes. Sometimes things happen, and it's no surprise. And It's the government no have no heart, them no care about poor people.